I know hits, and those first tracks were the hits that we used to make that record. I said, George, go home. We met with George Michael in Detroit, where he was very nervous. And I had about 10 tracks for him to record on, another 10 for Aretha. But we recorded them separately at first. And George came in very nervous, and he sang his 10 tracks beautifully. And then he wanted me to go back over the first few tracks. I said, no, I can't do that, George. I know on the first few tracks are the best tracks you've given me. So I can't erase those tracks. And he looked at me like, who did I tell him that I wouldn't go over those tracks? I know hits, and those first tracks were the hits that we used to make that record. I said, George, go home. And when you come back tomorrow, I'll compensate all night long and put the best together. So when you're here tomorrow, I'll knock you out. Aretha's gonna show up tomorrow too, and I'll put both of you guys on mics, and you're gonna go back and forth on the ending and get the ending together. So he came back the next day and he heard, he was like, wow. And then it was time for him to go in with Aretha and sing with her. And at first she was very cool, going back and forth with him, but then in true Aretha style, she reared back and let him have it. And then he was quiet. But that's okay. #1 record. George Michael, Aretha Franklin, I Knew You Waiting For Me. I knocked myself out of #1 with that record. Another record came along by a Starship called Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. Knocked that record out of #1. So back-to-back #1s. We were hot. It was the time.